We just hit 1 million followers on YouTube, guys. We just hit 1 million.
Dude.
I know.
So that one's been broke a while because of all the black. This one looks like it just broke more recently.
Look at that. You're a pro, man. Your dad taught you well, bro.
That sounds great.
I'm assuming you guys are confirming the repair and you'll finish putting the dash in it?
No, we're weight loss, dude. We're racing this thing.
We're gonna hand the keys.
All right, we've got some classic Hemi issues that our man Kehin is gonna take care of. Kehin, you got a list of stuff.
Yeah, this guy proved quite a bit of work on this truck. So.
Okay, well, it looks like a nice truck. Why don't we pull it in and see what the heck's going on, and we'll show people.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Grab it.
Kehin is awesome. He's one of our newer mechanics. Well, he is our newest mechanic. Got a lot of experience, a great guy. So mechanics are hard to find these days. Good mechanics are hard to find, I should say. So when you find somebody like Kehin or somebody else, we do our best to take care of them. It's a diamond in the rough in this industry. So, all right. Well, based off the noise, I can kind of guess what we got going on.
Yep.
Exhaust leak or a manifold, I would assume.
Yeah. Yep. It's got a broken stud on the manifold.
Okay.
So, which these Hemis are known for. So we got some parts we're going to put in to upgrade it in hopes it never has to happen again on this truck.
Sweet, sweet. All right, well, we'll get it in. And do you want me to move your box a little bit?
Yeah, if you just scoot it over.
Yeah. What are some, that put noise is usually an exhaust leak.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess what's your tip for people out there that hear that noise, or if they see certain symptoms or signs, how could they tell that maybe they have a similar issue?
So it depends on the motor. Like if it's an LS, those are really easy. Just open the hood, shine your flashlight down, and you can see a bolt missing. But on these, a trick I've learned is to grab a big long hook tool like this.
Because you got the heat shield or something,
Yep,
right?
so I can come down here, and if I grab the heat shield, if you see it moves at the top, but not, oh, it moves at the bottom too. It's got 2 broken bolts actually, but at the front, it doesn't move, but at the rear, it does. And I've just learned on these, the way the bolts go, the heat shield moves like that, it's got a broken bolt. So
because that same bolt that holds the manifold in is the one that holds the heat shield.
Yeah, so it's a bolt with a little stud on the end to bolt the heat shield.
Ah, okay. That's a cool trick. I actually did not know that.
Yep, I've done a lot of these Hemis, and it's just one thing I've learned.
Okay,
so,
cool, good tip.
Yep, so
and sometimes when it's cold, it'll make it worse than when it's hot.
Yeah, so what it does is you'll have a space between the head and the manifold, and as the manifold warms up, it comes over and it'll seal itself against the head. Generally, sometimes it'll get worse and get louder, but most of the time it seals over.
So if it's noisy when it's cold, quieter when it's hot, could be that, and then this cool little trick.
Yep.
Okay, I think we've got something else with like an air duct or...
Yeah, so the customer's complaint is that when they turn recirculate on and they're driving, they hear a whistling noise. But as soon as you turn recirculate off, the whistling noise goes away. And he thought it was the windshield. He resealed the windshield, and that didn't fix it or change anything at all.
So we're thinking something inside of the dash.
From everything I've looked at and can spy up there with a bore scope, it looks like on the seal of it, because those have a big air door that moves for recirculate, that it's probably got that, but I couldn't see enough. So customer has approved that we can pull down, look at the air box, inspect everything, and replace that air door if it needs it.
Okay, well, since you're the pro at this, I think you're going to do a great job on these manifolds, and it sounds like we probably will be extracting potentially a few bolts.
Yep.
So if you own a Hemi or an LS, I mean, it's common on a lot of different platforms. Kehin's going to show you how it's done, so I'll let you rock and roll on this, dude.
Okay, thanks, Miles.
Okay.
shield that's moving. Okay. There we go. Okay. Now with this heat shield out, you can see what I mean. So those were the studs that were good, but these you can see are broke there, but it bolts here so I can move it. And I also know from experience with how these broke, it's going to be flush with the head. There's really no way to get an extractor on without drilling. I'm going to have to drill them out. Oh, when they're this tight, it always worries me they're going to break. Look at that. A little tight, but it does come out. And you can, if you look in the head up here, see right there, the two broken bolts. So that one's been broke a while because of all the black. This one looks like it just broke more recently. You gotta drill both of those out. It's a slow, tedious process on these. The bolts they use are so hard.
So I see you got that plate on there that's nice to guide it in.
Yep, absolutely. My favorite thing. It's got 3 bolts that are tapered to line it up. You're drilling perfectly centered at the right angle with that long of a pilot.
That's nice.
Yep.
That's way nice.
Yep.
What is all that black that's up there? Is that from the exhaust leak?
That's from the exhaust manifold leak.
Okay.
Yep. So yeah, there's a lot of black up here.
And how many did we end up having broken?
It was just these 2.
Just like you guessed.
Yeah.
Okay.
The other side came apart good, which I'm guessing with the style, the way the manifolds are designed, this one puts more load on it, and that's why this one was broken, the other one wasn't. I definitely have seen more driver side than passenger bolts broke.
Are these the new hardware for the manifold?
Yes. Yep.
These little collars and the bolts?
Yep,
These look
and then
nice.
I got the new manifold right here too.
Look at how different that is.
So here's the original.
Yeah. What is this extra?
Some of the newer model trucks have extra bolts, but this one doesn't.
Oh, okay.
So they just build it so it's same for all, and if it doesn't have those holes, you just leave those open.
Okay. Yeah, I mean this just looks way more heavy duty.
Yep, and it's
That's
made
nice.
out of a better material, so it won't warp like these, because that's the problem with these. They get hot and distort, and this starts to curl back and warp, and that's what breaks the bolts.
Yeah.
So when you make it out of a stronger material that resists that warping, with that extra spacer on there, that's extra leverage to hold this down, so even if it does start to curl, you got an extra, well, what's that, like a ½ inch?
Kind of like Cummins does.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So it does not come that way from the factory. You don't have these collars.
Nope, it's just shorter bolts that are just like that.
That's cool. Okay, I did not know that. Okay, if anybody out there is struggling with their Hemi manifold, check this brand out. We have it on our website. It's BD Diesel, BD Power. They are awesome. They offer a ton of different things. If you own a Hemi, you're probably going to need this. So check it out on our website and get hooked up. All right. Well, good luck. We'll let you do your masterful thing and see how it goes.
Yep. Drilled the ways in with an 1/8. Now we're going to 3/16. This bolt is one of the hardest ones I've ever drilled. I think I'm gonna go a little ways in, and then I'm gonna use that spot to run a weld in. And hopefully that'll get it out. So I just pulled that plate off the drilling guide, and it looks like this bolt has started to go in a little bit from when I started. So I'm gonna knock an extractor in it first. Okay, let's see what we get. Oh, look at that. Is it coming? Oh my goodness. I have not had a Hemi that wanted to come out like this in a very long time. Wow. I like it though. I'll take it. Wow. As you can see with that drilling guide, that's pretty much exactly center in that stud. And the nice thing about that, from my experience, most of the time on these Hemis, you have to drill them completely out and re-tap them. So if you don't have it perfectly center, then you're gonna hurt the head, and then you have to do like a time zerd or something in it. So that is why I love tools like this. Just makes it a lot easier and can save you some of those frustrations, unless you get lucky like this. The other thing I'm doing is I got some wet rags, and I'm gonna stick these in these ports. I tried drilling it for like almost an hour, and that one wouldn't even attempt to drill. It just made a little mark. So that's why I'm welding a nut. This isn't my go-to, not my favorite. Stuff those in there, and that over that. And that just helps keep any spatter from getting in the motor or in the exhaust. Alrighty. Here goes. Does that mean it's coming? Oh yeah. Look at that. Okay, I'm gonna get these rags all out of the way. Woo! Socket's hot. There we go. Look at that. See, it's came out. All right, so now that I got all those cleaned up, I'm gonna take a tap, just run it down to clean all these threads up, especially that one I welded. Okay, I think we're all good. Cool. Now we're ready for the new manifold.
All right, guys, moment of truth here. Kehin,
Yep.
I heard you're just about done with this thing.
Yep, I just dropped it down. I'm ready to start it up. Do you see those new manifolds in there?
Yeah, they look pretty.
Yep.
I love it. Okay,
Okay, are you ready? I'm gonna start it.
we'll see if it went well. Aha,
There we go.
beautiful.
Yep. The one thing I always like to do on these, this flange doesn't like to seal up. Oh cool, that one's sealed up. You can always feel the air, the exhaust coming out.
Oh,
And then you know it's not sealed, so I'll go check the other side. That's a good sign that it's sealing.
Because there's no gasket there, it's just a flange
It's just
fitting.
those two pieces of pipe, the way they push together, so there's
Yeah.
lots of pressure on it. That's what keeps it from leaking.
Okay,
So,
sweet.
yep. Go check that other side.
Be careful at home, people, because that is hot. That
Yeah,
is the exhaust.
You'll notice I'm away from it.
Yeah.
But yep. no air movement.
Nice. All right, that's one checked off the list. I guess you got a bunch more on this.
Yep, there's a lot to do on this truck. That's the first big item.
Dude, nice job.
So, yep, the next thing.
Super job.
We'll get to notice a difference. He wants a catback exhaust on this one, so I got it sitting over behind the truck. So.
Oh, cool. What brand is that? What do we?
I believe it's Rough Country.
Oh, baby.
Yep, Rough Country.
Okay, sweet. So now that we've got the a quieter exhaust, we're gonna add on a little bit louder exhaust out
So
the
yep,
tailpipe.
it's got this. From what I'm seeing, it looks like a Flowmaster copy style muffler, and
great. And then we haven't ripped the dash apart yet.
Nope.
To find that issue.
Nope. After I get the exhaust on it, I'll go for a test drive, make sure that's all good.
Okay.
And we can dig into exactly what's going on, because I'm really curious.
Yeah, when you go for a ride in that, I want to hear it too. I haven't quite heard it yet.
Yeah, no, I'd love for you to hear it. It's kind of interesting.
Okay.
Definitely very unique.
And then we've got just some general services to do.
Yeah,
as well.
like clean the radiator, an oil change, spark plugs, and a belt, just like that kind of stuff. So.
How bad was the radiator?
It's not terrible. Oh, you can kind of see through there.
Have you ever done that kind of service before, or is this?
Probably a little different than the way here. Tyson was telling me to pull it out and thoroughly clean it in with the steam cleaner.
Yeah. We just seem to get a significant amount of packed dirt and like mud out of these.
Absolutely.
Doing it that way, so cool. This is great, dude.
Yep.
You're cruising on it. All right, well, I'll leave you again to it and see how that exhaust sounds. I'm excited for that.
Yep.
Cool.
All right.
What are you doing here, dude? Sucking up gravy? Huh?
Maybe.
This guy's custom exhaust?
Yep. So just getting all the old clamps. It's just from here back.
Uh-huh.
So just getting it all out. The kit looks pretty straightforward. Just unbolt it all and bolt it in.
We're putting in a new muffler?
Yep, the new muffler's right there.
He just wanted rid of that big old thing?
Yep, I'm sure he just wanted something to sound a little meaner.
It's still good, it's not rattling. Huh.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. What else do we do?
Just did some exhaust manifolds on it.
Uh-huh.
Just put those.
Were they leaking?
Yeah, they were.
Okay.
So we just put some ones from BD on it.
Oh, yeah. Nice. Did you have any broken studs or anything like
Yeah,
that?
I had 2 of them.
How'd you deal with them? Weld, or were you able to grab them and get them out?
One of them I drilled a little bit and then was able to extract it out.
You got lucky. And the other one, what'd you do?
Well, just welded it.
Look at that. You're a pro, man. Your dad taught you well, bro. Yeah, baby. That's nice. Good job. Good job. Okay, just checking, man.
Yep. Okay. Cool. Okay, so I just finished installing this new catback exhaust system on this truck. I think it turned out really good. The system was really well thought out.
How does it sound?
I haven't heard it yet.
Oh.
So I just did brakes after I did that, and so now I'm ready to.
Did we do front and rear brakes or
just rears? But it's
yeah, we just hit. we can include that in the video. That's okay, Jessa. We're excited. We just hit 1 million followers on YouTube, guys, and yeah.
Wow.
So it is reason for celebration. We've worked really hard on providing good content for everybody. Thank you to everybody out there that's following us. Like, this is huge. This really is a dream of mine. I approached my dad a few years ago, told him he's a crazy enough, wild enough, smart enough, just awesome guy to be on camera, and I said, you got to put your face on there. So thank you to everybody that's followed us, that supported us, that likes what we do and has given us feedback. Like, this community that we're a part of now is so awesome. So thank you. 1 million is just phenomenal. So thank you. So without further ado, we'll celebrate with hearing this exhaust.
okay. Let's do it.
I'm excited to hear it with you.
Yep. Miles, you're cleaner than I am. You want to do the honors?
Yeah, heck yeah, I want to do them. My mechanic abilities to turn a key are actually pretty dang good.
Well, this
But
one you only have to push a button.
Even better.
Okay.
You ever grow up watching that show with, what is it, Tim Allen?
Oh, Home Improvement?
Home Improvement?
Yeah.
Oh, that's yeah, that's a man's sound right there. I like that.
Let me grab my reach a pedal while you're back there.
Yeah, let's, I want to hear it back here. That sounds great.
That does sound really
Dude, that
good.
sounds great. A little pop in there. That rough country exhaust is on our website. If you want your truck to sound like that, get it, because that is amazing. We just hit 1 million.
Dude.
I know. That's awesome. A lot of work. He's crying because I have put a lot of pressure on him to be on these videos.
Oh wow, it's worse than I thought. Look at all that. That was all just in the core. And it still looks pretty bad. That's just what came out immediately. One other thing I like to do whenever I'm cleaning a radiator out, and I got it here, I like to just take just a regular hose and go through the lower radiator hose and just kind of flush it out. It's generally not super dirty, but if there's anything in there, it'll help get it out of the cooling system. And we had this all apart, noticed the water pump was loose, called the customer, and he opted to have us replace it while we're already in there. It's not much, just barely, just enough to justify replacing it right now. New water pump, and then also noticed idler pulley. You can see it's got a fairly big groove from the belt right there. Has a couple spots, I mean, I can't show you, but it kind of catches a little bit. Opted to have that replaced too. Because again, we're here, now's the time to do it.
All right, so I see that Kehin's, you got a whole dash sitting on the bed.
Yeah, I do.
What do we got going on? What'd you find?
Yeah, so this is the recirculation door. So this right here, the blower motor sits right here, so it draws air in. Right here is recirculate.
Okay.
And then when it goes like this, it draws air in right here from like the cowl of the vehicle in for your fresh air.
Okay.
So I pulled this out because the only thing that's moving when it's going into recirculate is this door. So I figured there would be something super obvious like on the seal, or like it goes back and it's not sealing, or this is like the little actuator, the motor that runs it, and it wouldn't be moving all the way. But everything seemed to be great,
Right.
which caused me to stop and think, like, what else could happen here?
Good.
So the only other thing is, so when it's like this, you know, going into recirculate, is air's not getting through here. So then maybe the air's going somewhere else. So that walked over the car. And
Let's pause for a second. If anybody's ever done a dash on a vehicle, it is a total nightmare. You've got like, seems like thousands of pieces, but I mean, it can be dozens and dozens of different pieces, different connectors. Like,
It's a
And-
nightmare.
Yeah, you got different levers here. You got your parking brake. I mean, you got so much stuff.
Right there, all that pile of screws, that's just all the little screws that mount that onto this reinforcement brace right here.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's,
Organization and the skill to do this is next level.
yeah, I appreciate that, Miles.
Yeah.
So then it's right here. This is where the
Okay,
air
that's
comes
where that
in.
little vent now.
Yep,
Okay.
yep. And so there's a vent right here, so I shine my flashlight right up in there. You can kind of see my light.
Yeah, I see the light.
That's where air's coming in.
Right.
But where could air be going to be making this noise? Because it sounded, when recirculation's on, it sounded just like the windshield's not sealed at the bottom. And
Because he had the windshield resealed even.
And I can see looking across, it's freshly sealed. There's like someone used a very good amount of glue. The windshield wouldn't have done that when it's only in recirculation. The windshield would have leaked all the time.
All the time. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, but then I noticed right here on this side, I don't know if you can see that, there's two little oval ports right there.
Okay.
And they sit open. So I was like, are they supposed to be that way? So I got a bore scope and went across through the cowl and looked at the other side. It has caps on the other side.
Oh.
So then I was like, why would it not? Started looking around, and I noticed, if you notice here, those bolts have been off.
Oh yeah.
Right there.
You see the marks.
And same on the fender. My guess is somewhere in there was caps there that came off. From everything I can find, the air's still coming in, it's turning, going through those and up the fender, and that's what you're hearing.
You're hearing all that noise sucking in through there.
It's kind of a crazy one. And
Big time.
Yeah. and
I was worried you were going to say there was a rodent dead inside of there or something crazy. I mean, the guy takes good care of his truck, but
No, there was luckily nothing like that.
so we had a condition, 4 C's. Condition was the noise. The cause, more than likely plugs and stuff missing. The correction is we put them in. The confirmation is a long ways out. I mean, is there any way to confirm that before we put it all back together?
Racking my brain trying to think about that.
Yeah.
Because this was my whole morning from when I
Yeah.
first got here till I stopped for lunch was getting that dash out.
For sure.
And I obviously don't want to do that again tomorrow. So-
Yeah, you don't want to put it all together and be like, oh crap, obviously a good find, but is it what the noise is?
Yeah. So that's why I've spent, probably an hour just looking around. Is there anything else?
Yeah.
Because this is one of those jobs, like I said, I don't want to do twice.
Right.
And we don't want to have to call the customer like, hey, we found these additional things, and oh, hey, we found these other things. We want to make sure our customers know we're taking care of them, obviously.
Right.
That is all I could find after my at least an hour of looking around and looking at everything and doing more research on the internet of all our repair sites.
Right.
And just seeing what random people put on the internet.
Where the motor mounts or anything, was there any of the gears stripped out and it wasn't?
No, because this would move, but I still recommended we replace this motor and this door.
Right.
Because this motor is, obviously it's moving fairly often, and you have to pull the dash out to do this.
That's,
So
dang it, Dodge. Okay.
still recommended that, and obviously this is out, so
Right.
and we have the part here, why would we not replace it? Because
Yeah.
those seals will wear out over time.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I think it's a good find. I'm just when you go back together with the dash, we'll fire it up and see.
I think I'm going to put the dash in with his fuel bolts, kind of throw the few things in, see if I can just go drive it to make sure it's fixed.
Yeah.
So that I'm not doing the whole thing.
No pressure. All right.
Much, much, much later.
Moment of truth.
Yeah,
Have you driven it or anything yet?
I haven't. I've just let it warm up because it's the first time it's warming up since doing the radiator and water pump and all that.
Okay.
But I got the dash still out of it. I got like the cluster and the heater controls and all that kind of just set in and zip tied in so we can go on a test drive.
Well, I'm sure you're nervous as heck.
Yeah,
I'm gonna make you more nervous and go for a ride with you. Is that all right?
absolutely.
Okay. Dude, I don't think I've ever driven a car that.
Now, this is interesting. I'm assuming you guys are confirming the repair and you'll finish putting the dash in it?
No,
Yeah.
we're weight loss, dude.
Well,
we're racing this thing.
We're going to hand the keys to the customer just like this.
Here you go.
No, seriously, is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Cool,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, I like that because, this is a perfect example of confirm the repair as soon as you can. I love it.
Exactly. Yeah, you can see I got everything just kind of zip
Your
tied.
switch is hanging out here. Your instrument cluster? Oh,
That
okay.
actually- it's sitting there. It'll move around a little
I was
bit,
like,
but
did I break the back or something?
no, it's
Okay.
literally one zip tie holding it and just kind of sitting there. But before, all I needed to do, I drove up the road not even a mile and could hear the noise.
Okay.
So it should be pretty quick. Well, obviously, if it's good, we'll go a little longer than just a mile to make
Okay.
sure everything's good.
Yeah.
But here's our moment of truth.
Oh, I'm nervous for you. All right.
Yep, I gotta have that there because that's our sun sensor for the HVAC because that might affect what this does.
Oh, okay.
So
Smart.
here we can watch right there, the door. Let's see, is it currently?
Oh, yep.
Yep, so now it's on fresh air.
Okay.
And then, so I did have it on recirculate.
Yeah. Look at that. That's cool to watch that.
Yeah, I'll do it one more time. Well, last time by now I was hearing a whistling noise.
You probably had all that air. Yeah, you had all that air that was just flowing by there.
Yep,
You did it.
let's confirm it on fresh air, make sure there's no noise that way. It was pretty obvious. It was, like I said, it was just like your windshield's not sealed on that whole edge.
Uh-huh.
But again, only on recirculate.
I'm so excited for you.
Yeah,
It's
just stuff like this when you're done and you know it's good
Uh-huh.
is so like sigh of relief. It's like when you do timing or a new motor and it starts right up
Yeah.
and doesn't have a noise. You're
Yeah. Big time. I mean, I feel relief, and I didn't pull a screw out of this dash.
like,
And you pulled 1,000.
I'm really liking the sound of this new exhaust too.
I know it's hard to focus on this when I'm like, oh, that exhaust sounds nice.
Yep. Now that I know that noise ain't there, I'm gonna focus on the good noise.
Yes. Good job.
Okay,
Good.
I think we're good. We'll head back to the shop.
Nice job. You know, I often say the defining thing about a mechanic is, and a really good mechanic, is their ability to do diagnosis and to do like quality checks and confirmations.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, stuff like this. And a lot of people are able to replace parts and do ball joints. Like that's something that I feel like is one of those more early on skills where they
Yeah.
can be a parts replacer.
Mm-hmm.
But then that next level of like being able to figure something out and being able to confirm it early on and like quality check their work and be
Mhm.
proud of it, that's what makes a top tier mechanic.
I appreciate that.
Well, we've only known each other for what, 3 or 4 weeks now? Hasn't been very long, but I can tell that you're not just a parts replacer. Like you're one of those guys that you can take something unknown, figure it out, confirm it,
Uh-huh.
and you know, you care about your work. So going that extra distance, I think, says a lot about the type of person and mechanic that you are.
And seriously, that means a lot because I want to know that I'm taking care of the customer so that they feel it too.
Now we get to put it back together.
Mm-hmm. Does that mean you're gonna help?
No, I said we, I mean you.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Got the dash back together?
I did.
Check it out.
Yep. These Longhorns are good looking trucks.
I know, it reminds me of the King Ranch.
Yeah, I love the wood grain.
Yes.
It's just, I'm a huge fan of that personally. So.
It looks good. Okay, I'm gonna be your test dummy here, making sure everything lights up and works. Nice job, dude. Okay, all wrapped up.
Yep, it's all
Ni-
ready to go.
Nice job. Well, we'll get it delivered to the customer. Looks great. You did a good job. All right, it's a wrap.